Hello everyone, welcome again to Cursed on Late Night Gaming here on the Lost Island map. ARK Survival Evolved, of course. This is kind of a take two of this video because I had really bad audio levels. I believe I have fixed that. If I have not, let me know. It still sounds bad. So when we left off in the last stream, I had tamed a raptor, and unfortunately I have to say that a lot has happened since then. So this is our last place. If you probably recall, other tribe member Cat showed up, and my brother, Steel Rooster showed up. He has been interested in streaming with me. He is new to ARK, but he has had bronchitis, which turned into pneumonia. He got tested for corona like 3 or 4 times. It all came back negative, negative, negative. So thank goodness for that. But he has had bronchitis and his voice has been just terrible. But I didn't want him to want that to stop us from having him experience ARK. So we've been playing without streaming, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to do a little update here and show you where we're at and get all caught up, because fingers crossed, I believe he's feeling better now and may be joining our stream. Kat has been on the stream a few times. She's a very busy person and apparently very sleepy. You can hear her snoring. So a few things have happened. This is our cool little bar, and this is basically the starting area. It's really safe here. If you're not familiar with this area of Lost Island, we're right there on the edge. You see where my arrow is? It's on 30 longitude and 10 latitude. And there's a little edge right here on the map that is just like, there's nothing here. But the meanest thing you run into here is dodos. Which, you know. So, something else that happened is we have Jett. If any of you remember Jett from the past series, she was one of my top owls. And she just puked for all of you. Isn't that nice of her? But I was showing my brother around, and we went to one of the obelisks. I was like, so here's an obelisk. You can transfer between clusters. You can upload dinos. And I clicked to show him how to upload a dino. And there was Jett. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot Jett in the obelisk. How could I have forgotten Jett in the obelisk? But that means Jett's here with us now, because I have no other servers. You, of course, can set your server to have not clusters, and then you can take them to a single-player game. And that's what I was doing. I took all my dinos that I felt were important. I took them to my from Ragnarok to my single-player game on the Insane Island series. So they are all there on Insane Island, which is a terrible, awful, awful, dangerous, nasty place. So I took all my dinos to keep them safe, and I took them to the most awful place in the world. But they are there, and I forgot Jett in the obelisk. So I got Jett with me. But I just want to give you guys an update that here is the original starting area. You probably all remember that. Now I'm going to jump on Jett, and let's fly over to where we have our base now. Is having Jett here cheaty? Maybe a little bit cheaty. You know, Jett's a pretty kick-ass owl, and it's the child of 2 owls that we had on the server there. On our last server, it was God, I can't remember who it was. Dewey and Jub, I believe, were its parents. If you remember the lineage at all. But it's a pretty advanced owl. It's not mutated in any way, but it is a high level. But it is also imprinted with me. So that makes it a little bit more elite, as you know, for me individually. And so that helps out. So is it cheating? Yeah, I guess it's cheating a little bit. But, you know, once you see the state we're at, we're kind of... Oh, a little stutter there. Once you see the point we're at right now, and I mean, like I said, I'm very sorry we kept playing without streaming, but kind of the circumstances. We searched around. We attempted to build build in that castle. If you're familiar with Lost Island at all, in the redwoods, which is in the center of the map. You see that lake in the center of the map with the island in the middle? That is surrounded by the redwood biome, and right there is a castle, a huge, huge castle. I've talked to some people who did build there, and we were thinking about building there, but it's awful. I mean, first of all, it's a complete ruin. So you have to, you know how ARK is. You have to like build foundations inside of the floor of the buildings, because it won't let you just set things like the forge and stuff on the floor, which is so annoying. I mean, if you're going to put structures in your maps, have them set up to accept things from the game. Why would you not do that? I completely understand that. Okay, we can't put a crafting table on the ground. Okay, I'll go along with that. But let us put it in the structures in the game you've made. Because you put them there, of course we're going to want to build in them. It's common sense. All right, enough of the daily wild card bashing, because it's just so easy. It's too easy. So anyway, what was I saying now? Okay, so we went there, and it was just like that castle in the Redwoods is just overrun with bad hombres. You know, there's like bad things everywhere, constantly spawning. So we kind of hung around there and took a look and thought, you know, how hard is it going to be to clear things out? Of course, you can place platforms or foundations around and kill some of the spawners. And I talked to someone on my Instagram, which is, by the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should do that. We got almost 2,000 people there. One of the people on Instagram said that they went in with their tribe and put platforms out, and they built up there by taming a couple of T-Rex and just letting them roam to kill everything. Like, yeah, okay, I could see that, but dang, that's a lot of work. Not a lot of work to do that, but it's just like constantly there's a chance that something's going to spawn and kill something. There's a little Mayan run down here in the jungle. Kind of a cool spot. We did not build here either. So anyway, we decided against it. We were looking for a safer place. And we found a safe place, we thought. Let's see here. There it is right there. In fact, that island. We went there. There wasn't anything. There was trikes, there was stegos, there was freaking pegos, which sucks, but you know, pegos are just annoying. And they were about the nastiest thing there. We're like, this is a good spot. So unlike the last base we had, I went in there and we started building with the Castle Keeps and Forts mod. Not the old one, not the legacy one, but the new one, the new remastered one, I think they're calling it. And so we got pretty far along until one point we started seeing raptors. And we started seeing carnos, and then we started seeing T-Rex all spawning on our island. And it's like, why is this all of a sudden all here now? That was like totally clean before. Let me just get some stam generated here. Okay. So that spawns there. Now we have, our base is big now. Like I said, I was using that mod and I was trying to make it grand. My brother was disappointed that we couldn't build in that castle. So me being a bit of a builder, I decided to go ahead and make a castle. It's not as grand as the one in the Redwoods area, and it's not as grand as the one in the snow biome here. That one's really nice. And we just looked at that yesterday and thought maybe we need a second base there. Up in the snow biome, because that's a nice castle. So it gets a little framey when we get close to it because it's a big castle. A lot of the space we don't know what to do with yet. I just turned level 80. So we just got the ability to have industrial forges and that type of stuff. And the Castle Keeps in Forts mod has an industrial forge medieval looking one, which I was like, okay, I'm totally going to build this. And then I saw how much it costs. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that right now. Because believe me, this castle was taxing. Now see right there? Right there, you see that? That is a freaking alpha on our island. Oh my god. Look how it's loading in so slowly. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There you go. You did it. So here is the castle. If you follow us on Instagram, you have seen pictures of it. We have mounted a turret on the front because you just gotta. With the alphas and everything else running around here, you just gotta. Now, the Castle Keeps in Forts mod. All this stuff is built with rock, steel, and cementing paste, I believe. So it is, I believe, considered a steel building. So not too much is going to hurt the building itself. And I'll give you a tour here. We just killed an Ichthyornis. Yeah, I set the turrets up to kill Ichthyornis. I let some of the peaceful dinos be free. Like you can see, it's not shooting the pterodon there. But the stuff that it's annoying, it gets shot. This is my brother's Griffin Griff 3. And you can guess why it's number 3. And that's his pterodon too. We have our stable down there. You can see we have some wyverns already. So sorry guys. Didn't have you along for the ride when we got those. And we just yesterday picked up, like I said, we were up looking at that castle and we saw the wyvern trench up there and we grabbed a few ice wyvern eggs. We have not hatched those yet. They're in the fridge. Okay. So we got this nice spot here for flyers. This goes down identical in both directions. There's an overlook in the inside. Pretty nice. Like I said, it's kind of empty. See, we haven't quite figured out what to do with all the space. This is like the personal quarters. This is my room here. Then one of these rooms is going to be Kat's, who's asleep over in the other place when she decides to pop in and play sometime. So we got that room and this one, which is unclaimed. Each one has a nice little balcony out here overlooking the sea. Can you imagine how much we could charge as if this place was a B&B? We could charge so much for this. Anyway. And then this is my brother's. He also has his own balcony and his own fancy bed. Now listen, do you hear him breathing or snoring? You don't. I noticed that the other day. The girls are the only ones that go. The guys don't. I don't know why. He got some fancy shoes there. So yeah, this is the little living quarters, and up above we have a room as well. Kind of an attic space up here. I have those doors. Just been putting our trophy stuff in here for whenever we decide to fight a boss. But this could be someone's room as well, of course. This server is set up to host 10 people. Right now we have 3. Going on, well, let's go in here first. This is a nice long room. I don't know what we're going to do with this. You can see the place is so big that it like has trouble loading stuff in fast enough if you turn. You can kind of catch things loading in when you turn. It's kind of annoying. Here we are. Balcony. And then one of the ways I set this up that I find kind of disappointing, I wish I would have thought of a different way to do this, is I like this. I like this open space here, but I think it's awkward that to get over there, to get outside over there on that balcony, I have to go through this building and out. I wish there was a more direct way to get there. Here we've got our turret. I don't know how much bullets we have left. Okay, an okay amount. I think that'd be enough of that alpha raptor to decide to come up here. I think that could take care of it, maybe. I do have the server cranked up on turret damage. Since we are a PvP server, this is a PvE server. We're not really fighting each other. So really the turrets are there just to get rid of annoyances. And so I thought, well, okay, it's okay. We're not cheating so much then, maybe. Maybe we are. Then here's an identical room on the other side. And the balcony on the other side. So let's go on downstairs. This room is pretty much empty. We've tried to set up like a... Someone's walking around out there. Oh, it's just a pterodon. So we got this this is from the Eco mod. The chairs are... I believe the chairs are from the Castle Keeps and Forts. Tables from the Eco RPG mod, I believe. And as is most of the kitchen. This is from the Castle Keeps and Forts mod. It's got food on it. Wow. It's all rotten. Somebody forgot to put it in the fridge. Hint, hint. Got a little bar area here, and do I have any meat on me? I do. Yeah, there is an advanced cooker that I want to make, but it's like 84, level 84 or something from the mod. Like, really? But this mod is pretty cool. Check out this. Ooh, secret room. We have here the workshop area. This shines up to the sky. We have the workshop area here with a door for flyers to come in, for metal and stuff. Wyverns don't quite fit in here. Our power right now is wind turbine with the generator backup. And then this is the garden area with our lovely skylight. Why are things not growing? Oh, I keep... no seeds. Let's get this stuff out of here before it rots. I'm going to go ahead and crouch down so I don't keep selecting the pipes. Did that have seeds in it? Did not. What about this one? Did not. And then this was growing narcoberries. Still is good. Okay, and it's all good. We don't need to take anything out of there. And here, what do we got here? Just fertilizer. Okay, well, we've got so much in the fridge right now that it might rot, so I'm not going to worry about it too much getting this stuff going again. Now we have our trough for the whole place here. And then this, if you're not familiar, the SS, the structures, not structures plus, it's the other one, superstructures, has this to, how much gas does this have? Oh, it's got lots of gas. And this picks up eggs and poop and all that stuff and puts it in here. And it puts the fertilizer in the, oh wow, we're full. And then it will populate that again. And I've just been putting them in here. Whew, probably won't fit all of them. Yep, good. And same, yeah, here. It's probably full too, yeah. I have a very clicky keyboard, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I don't want that. Right. I'm not sorry, I like it. Ooh, it's full. Okay, so this has 2, this has none. This has none. This has 4, this has 3, this, that's it. Let's give them more, shall we? That's it, we're out. No, we're not. Ah, damn. Where are we at? Okay. Yeah, Lost Island. This is Lost Island. I've seen so many people complaining about the fog, including myself. And one person on Reddit, on the subreddit, ARK subreddit, made a very good point. He's like, why do they have this fog? Do they not want us to see the game? Do they really not want us to play? And it's true, quite honestly. It's like, why does this need to be a thing? I could see maybe fog during a rainstorm now and then or something, but this fog with nothing going on just for the sake of fog, like, come on. Who thought that was fun? I don't know where to put this stuff. Let's go down to... Yeah, and okay, so here's another room we don't really have any ideas for. During the Christmas event, we had the Christmas tree in here. But for the most part, we haven't found a reason for any of this space. It's just a cool castle, and that's what it is. So the reason I made the stable way the hell down here, so I could get rid of the pooping and farting and grunting and all that noise in the house. Because it's just constant. So I didn't want to hear it. This place has Obsidian. Here, let me show you where it is, by the way. You see me at the top there? It is about 10 latitude and 60 longitude. There's an island up there. That's where this is. Got a good view of the volcanoes and the snowy mountaintops. It's got obsidian. And it has crystal around the corner there too. So you got an endless supply of that, which is nice. Here's Ghost. She is our first Rex that we tamed. She was a pretty high level, 165. This server has max level 180. We have difficulty set to 6. So max level is 180. Let's just dump it into melee. It's a freaking Rex, right? Here is the stable. It's a really cool mechanism. I like that door. How's the food down here, guys? Everything's good. You grab that spoiled meat. Can't get enough of that. Make some narco. Here is the... Wow. She looks like a train wreck. Jeez. This is the nanny from the SS mod. She doesn't normally look like this. Look at her eyes. What's with her eye? It's like not there. Super disturbing. So we got one of these here as well to collect all the poops and eggs. And then we have this, which is part of the dino storage mod. It's like the cryopods without the cost. Is it cheating? Yeah, probably. My server, my rules. And then this is just a way to recover some if you've screwed up, and it's also a place to store dinos. So if your area gets a little laggy, you can just put them in the balls and store them in there. We got a fridge down here for food and eggs and such. Here's two of the new creatures. I don't know what they're called. I just see them as mandrills. You're familiar with the modern creature called a mandrill? They look basically like this, except not this big, of course. They're pretty fun. They're not a bad dino to tame. I wouldn't. And they're very poopy. Look, you did 2 poops in 1. So if you need fertilizer, there's lots of it from those 2. Then we've got, let's see. That one was tamed. That's Mr. Claus from the Christmas event. That is Mrs. Claus from the Christmas event. And then that is their child. I don't know who's Santa's kid. We don't know. Elf? Some pterodons. Some sheep. We've got sheep. Here's the raptors that we tamed, and we have one platypus that I cleverly named Perry. Doesn't everyone name it Perry? Probably. Those things are crazy good. When I first saw those being talked about in the Genesis 2 mod, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They're gonna have a flying platypus. But as far as their abilities go, it's a nanny, it's a nurse to babies. It can carry babies like a kangaroo. It can glide like a rock drake, in fact, better. And it can swim like a beaver. I mean, what doesn't it do? I don't know. It does everything. And then, of course, we've got our 2 wyverns. I believe his name is Spark. That's my brother's. Yep. 166. That's not, of course, that's not base. That's been leveled, as is mine. Mine's a poison. It's named Arsenic. And then we've got a couple gatherers here. Textego and a trike. And that is the base as it is right now. We don't have anything other than this. So that catches you all up to speed. You know what I want to do before I end the stream? Let's do this. Let's go get rid of that. Let's go get rid of that alpha if we can, before it does some damage somewhere. I see a tranquil Parasaurus. Oh, here comes something running. I was like, something's getting attacked somewhere. There's no way that thing's on this island without causing some havoc. I mean, if it's some insanely high level, at the very least, I can pick it up and drop it in the ocean. I don't see anything fleeing in terror. Yeah, this island has 2 drops on it. Unfortunately, they're both blue, and they're usually not good. If you like medium crop plot blueprints, you'll love this island. That's pretty much all it drops. How bizarre is that, guys? We both saw it. It was an alpha raptor. Nothing on this island is killing an alpha raptor, so where the hell did it go? The only thing that's going to kill it is our turrets. We would have heard that. Here's loading in. Such a resource-heavy place. Wow. Wow. So slow. And if you're wondering about the wonderful speed of our server, we use G-Portal. I've complained about G-Portal quite a bit in the past, and the main complaint I have about using G-Portal as your server host is that you can't force update mods. Previous hosts I've had for ARK, you load in and it's like, hey, you have a mod out of date. So what you do on most servers is you go into the mods and you do an update, or you can just restart the server and then it does an update automatically. But if you still get that error, that means one isn't being detected as needing updated, and then you can go in and do a force update. It's like, I don't care what version you think you have, update it anyway, and that fixes the problem. And unfortunately, G-Portal doesn't have that option. So if you have a mod that is out of date and the host doesn't see it as out of date, there's really nothing you can do about it. You can go in and you start fiddling around with removing it from the server, adding it to the server, removing it to the server, adding to the server. And it works sometimes, but it also is really risky because I'm really worried it's going to attack those things in the water. It's really risky to do that because if it's something important, like it's a building mod, like SS, like superstructures, and you happen to screw up and you start the server without the mod installed, everything is gone. You've just lost everything you've built. So it makes me nervous doing that, and I wish they'd just let me just force update things. Okay, well, I don't know where this alpha went. Seriously. You saw it, I saw it. And I don't see anything down here just running like going, oh my god, we're being attacked. Because those things just run around crazy, killing everything. I don't tell you. All right, well, that's 30 minutes. I think that's a good update, and that gets you up to speed on where we're at. Again, I really apologize for not streaming every little bit of content with this whole adventure we've been on so far, but like I said, I didn't want to deny my brother seeing ARK and waiting around for his bronchitis and pneumonia to end. So we did all this while we were off campus. Whoa, doggy. So hopefully the next stream he'll be in the mood for streaming, or I'll do it on my own like I always do. And we've got some, let's see, in the next stream, we've got some high level ice wyverns. Here, I'll just show you because I think it's pretty amazing. So we went into the ice, like a ravine up there in the snow, found the ice wyvern spot. My brother went in, there was one egg. There was two eggs. One was a level 24 garbage, and we saw a 192. So max level on this server is 180, and of course, wyverns can go over that, as can tech creatures. And we found a 192, and we're like, oh yeah, 192. Awesome. He grabbed that one, and I'm like, oh, that's good. And he's like, you should get one too. I'm like, there aren't any. So we kind of looked around. We killed a few wyverns that were there. And then he was pulling some wyverns out of the ravine, leading them away, you know. And I went back in and was looking around, and all of a sudden there was one I saw. And when I went and found it, I think it's the max level it can be. So if we look in the fridge here, we've got a nice Magmasaur, which we failed to raise. I tried a level 70 something just to see if I knew how to do it. No, I didn't. It died. And it was because I guess we need to feed it sulfur, and I didn't realize that. We've got a really low level poison. And then we have 228. That is a 228 Ice Wyvern. I think that's as big as it can be on the server with the server set to difficulty 6. I think that's the max it could be. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty positive. Then we got the one my brother picked up, a 182, and then we've got a little 24 here, which I'm not sure why. We just grabbed it so a new one would spawn, you know. Probably should just eat it. But yeah, so that's coming up. We're gonna raise that thing up. And then we wanted to build and kind of claim that castle up in the snow area because it's really cool. I want to get a griffin because, you know, they're just easier to maneuver when you're gathering wyvern eggs. And then the main thing we need to do before we raise up those ice wyverns is this one, Arsenic here and his Spark both asked for wyvern milk, which we of course didn't have. So we need to, before we do anything, set up a trap. And you all know how that goes. Behemoth gate, big giant cage, lure a female wyvern into it, and then knock it out and take the milk. It's a hell of a process. But we got to do it. So all that's coming up. What else? We have not tamed the new dino, the one that has the spikes and shoots stuff at you. Those look really cool, and they are very mean and aggressive. Haven't done that yet. We haven't taken the T-Rex out for a spin yet to kill things. We'd have to take it to the mainland. And we haven't raised a Magmasaur. So lots of things to do yet. Let's see. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. You will find my streams Twitch streams all uploaded in their entirety to my YouTube channel, which is also Curse the Dawn. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Curse the Dawn, and on Twitter, it's Curse the Dawn 1.